I've been eager to talk about this one. A measure heading for a vote in Congress this week could be the key to solving some of the air travel nightmares that we have been experiencing really since last year. The bill would raise the mandatory retirement age for pilots from 65 to 67. Lawmakers are hoping this will help airlines through the ongoing pilot shortage, but the Biden administration has raised concerns over this change, which isn't necessarily in line with international standards. Joining us to talk about the change is aviation expert and retired Captain Richard Levy. Captain Levy, thanks for being with us.
Good morning, Marky. How are you?
I'm doing well. As a private pilot myself, I'm so curious to hear your thoughts. You're the real deal. You're the commercial pilot. You've had 40 years of experience under your belt. So I want to know how you feel about the proposed change from 65 to 67.
Well, you're the real deal, too, Marky. You're a private pilot, and you follow policies and procedures, and so do we in the commercial aviation. We call Part 121. And I believe this change is needed. And it's my personal opinion that anybody who is now age 67, 65, 67, 66, or 67 is still willing, able, sharp, mentally able, physically able to fly commercially. At this point, only domestically. The International Civil Aviation Organization has to approve any age above 65 to fly internationally. But as far as safety goes, there is such a large amount of evaluation in the commercial aviation industry in the United States and outside the U.S. You were tested in the flight simulator very often. You're tested through written examinations and the real live airplane. There's check pilots that fly on the jump seat that observe pilots flying and evaluating if they follow procedures and policies.
Yeah, and you know, Captain, I wanted to share, I lived next door to a Southwest Airlines pilot who just had to retire the day that he turned 65. And when I say he was heartbroken, I haven't witnessed anything like it, and I felt for him. But why, you know, talk about the heartbreak, the emotion that goes into it, because this is a special group of people that have this calling, right? But also, why not, if you have your second-class medical, your doctor says you're fit to fly, if you're 66, 67. I mean, what's the issue here? Why are people against this?
They're against it for one main reason, for progression in the seniority list. Younger people, and I understand that. I hear them. They want to rise on the seniority roles to fly larger airplanes and to fly captain. But there's always room at the top. And when I retired at age 65, actually 2 days before my 65th birthday, one day I was flying a large wide-body airplane with 310 people to Europe and Asia. The next day, I was told to stop. And I did that willingly. But the issue out there is, will there be progression for the younger pilots? My personal opinion is progression will still continue. Everybody will have a place in the airplane they want to fly.
Yeah, and as I mentioned off the top, sir, lawmakers have been pushing the change as a way to help with the ongoing pilot shortage. If this were given the green light and pilots could fly till they were 67, some pilots could come back out of retirement and get behind, you know, inside a cockpit again, get behind the controls. How much of an impact would that have on our flying experience, you know, as people who go fly American, Southwest, what have you? Would we feel that shortage alleviated or no?
The shortage would not be alleviated. It would be helped out. By the way, I do not believe anybody will come out of retirement. What's going to happen is if this becomes law, then one will be able to just continue flying from 65 to 66 up to, but not including the 67th birthday. And this will help scheduling. This will help the pilot shortage somewhat, but there is still a shortage out there. Okay. It's just postponing retirement 2 years.
And Captain, one last question for you while I have you. The Biden administration has voiced its concerns about the aggressive timeline for this change. I'm interested. Do you find that hypocritical, seeing as how they're trying to convince us Biden at 80, 81 is not too old to run the country?
Absolutely do. I absolutely do. I work with a number of retired pilots from all major airlines in the United States, and they're above age 65. They're the sharpest people you have ever met. They are good to go fly an airplane to Europe, to Asia, or within the U.S. safely and correctly.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.